Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make some watercolor mixing wheels like these. So this is a watercolor chart that I previously made on another video that I will link above, and I will be using my watercolor travel palette with my Mission Gold paints, and I did an unboxing video of this. If you also want to see that video, I will link it above. So today we're going to focus on watercolor mixing wheels. So you do not need to have a watercolor mixing chart to do this. I'm just happen to do it on the same paper that I'm doing my chart on because I'm going to be using some of the colors in my palette. I will also be using a cheap compass. You technically don't need a compass, even though you could probably pick it up at like a dollar store. You could use something like a lid, jar, can, glass, anything with a round base that you could trace. And you're also going to need a flat edge. I'm using a ruler, but we're not actually going to be doing any kind of measurements. It's just something to get straight lines with. So with that, we're going to get started making our circle. So this is the area I have to work with. I'm going to try to get 2 circles in here. So I'm going to draw my first outer circle. So that looks like a good width for me. You can pick any size width for the inside circle that you would like. You don't want to go too big and not have room enough for the center triangle, and you don't want to go too small because you want to see what colors you are mixing. Okay, so now we have our inner circles complete. So now I'm just gonna draw a line down the center of these circles. So where the metal part of my compass was in the paper, I have an indent, so I know that's the center of my circle. You can just eyeball it if you don't know for sure, and then do a light pencil line down the center. And then the same thing for across. So we won't actually be using these cross lines, these are just our guidelines. We want to do a crisscross line through the cross to cut each of these 4 sections in half. And again, I'm just eyeballing this, so you may need to do some playing around. This ruler helps because it's clear, so I can get an idea of how much is on each side to know if it's about half. Same thing for this section, we're going to cut in half as well. And don't worry if it's not perfect. So now we're going to make another line, but instead of doing it directly in half, cutting this slice in half. So this line we're gonna make closer to this top and bottom line. And then same thing on this side. What we're going for is even sections that are about this size, because we're going to erase this line, get the outer ring in equal parts. So I'll do it again down here on this second circle. And then you can erase this center line. I'm turning the paper, but we're gonna do the same thing for these slices. So you can start with the middle of what would be the center of these slices, but then move it slightly towards the original line. And then same for the other side. And then we would erase that line. So by the end of this step, you should erase the original lines that go up and down that cut the circles in half. And you should just have your mini pizza slices, and there should be a total of 12 slices, as even as possible for each circle. Okay, so these are my circles, and you can see that they're not perfect. So now I'm just gonna do some cleanup. I'm going to erase the lines outside the circles and then inside the circles so that you can better see how to make the inside triangles. So for this next step, sometimes I find it helpful to label the outside sections. You don't have to do this, but this is an option to help you out and remember what colors will be going where. So you're going to have your red here, your yellow, and your blue for your primary mixing colors. So there should be 3 sections in between each color. So then the secondary colors, so red and yellow make orange, so that will go there, meaning this section here will be a yellow orange, and the section here would be an orange red. Red and blue make purple, and this will be a red purple, this will be a blue purple. Sorry for my messy writing, it's just a placeholder. We're gonna erase them, so don't worry. And yellow and blue make green. So this one will be a yellow green and this one will be a blue green. So once you have those labeled, you know where your triangle is gonna have to go. From the center of this red section, we're going to go to the center of the yellow section. So we're gonna draw a line that goes from there. Then from that yellow section to the blue section, because we're linking all the primary colors, and then the red to connect to the blue line. So then we're going to do triangles pointing to our secondary colors. So from the yellow to the orange, and then from the red tip triangle to the orange. So then that creates a triangle to the secondary color. And you're gonna do the same thing for the other 2. Blue and red make purple, so we're going to draw a line from the blue section to the purple, and then from the top of the red triangle to the purple. From the yellow section to the green, and from the blue. So I'll do it again on this one. So we're almost done. The last thing we need to do is divide up our primary colors inside this triangle. So the easy way to do this is from the tip of the triangle, you're gonna do a line straight down, just inside that main triangle. And I try to line it up with the tip of the green triangle, but you only wanna go down inside the main triangle. Don't go all the way through to the secondary one. Same thing for this one. I line it up with the point of the orange, and I know this dot is the center where the center of my circles were, where all my lines converge, so I can kind of still see that. So I'm gonna line the ruler up from the point of this orange triangle to the center of that triangle, but I'm only gonna do the line inside the main triangle. Don't go all the way out. Same thing with the purple. Over here, we're gonna line it up to the tip of the purple triangle and line it up with the center, and we're only gonna draw the line in the main triangle. And then we erase this top line, and that will give you the primary colors inside the main triangle. So I'll do it again down here. So now the hard part's done, and we're on to the fun painting part.